Hello world! Welcome, I am your host Dr. Stag. You've heard of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, maybe even Barclays. These are the names that constantly pop up, right? They're plastered all over financial news, they're the behemoths we see in movies, and they're the stocks that many of us track. But what if I told you the world's most powerful banks, the ones with multi-trillion-dollar balance sheets, figures so large they almost seem unreal, are in Asia, and barely show up in Western headlines? It's like there's this whole other dimension of global finance operating on a scale that dwarfs many of the names we think are at the top, and most people are completely unaware. It's a financial blind spot, and honestly, it's kind of mind-boggling when you dig into it. Today we unpack the top 10 largest banks in Asia by total assets. And let me tell you, when we say largest, we are talking about astronomical sums of money, the kind of capital that can shape economies, fund massive infrastructure projects, and influence financial markets on a global scale. These aren't just regional players. These are global powerhouses that, for some reason, don't get the same primetime coverage. We're going to pull back the curtain on these financial giants, explore their history, their reach, and just how incredibly massive they truly are. You might be surprised by who they are, and the sheer scale of their operations, and understanding this is key to understanding where the world's economic gravity is shifting. So why don't we hear more about these colossal institutions? Is it a language barrier? A difference in how financial news is reported globally? Or perhaps it's just a classic case of Western media focusing primarily on Western markets, creating an echo chamber where truly massive players elsewhere are overlooked. Think about that for a second. Multi-trillion-dollar entities, and they're like ghosts in the mainstream financial narrative for many of us. This isn't just about trivia. Knowing about these banks gives you a more complete picture of the global financial landscape, and that's powerful information, whether you're an investor, a business owner, or just someone curious about how the world really works. This series is all about shedding light on these Asian banking titans. We're going to go through them one by one, looking at their total assets, their history, their strategic importance, and what makes them tick. This isn't just a list, it's an exploration into the financial backbone of the world's fastest-growing continent. By the end of this, you'll have a much clearer understanding of who the real big players are on the global stage, beyond the usual suspects. So buckle up, maybe grab a coffee or an iced coffee, if you're like me, because we're about to dive deep into the world of Asia's banking giants, and trust me, the numbers alone are going to blow your mind. At number 10, DBS Bank from Singapore. Singapore, a hub for innovation and global finance. DBS is a cornerstone of that financial powerhouse. DBS, or the Development Bank of Singapore, was established in 1968 by the Singaporean government. It was set up to fuel Singapore's transformation into a modern industrial economy. DBS navigated its transition to a commercial banking leader across Asia. Today, DBS is lauded as one of the best and safest banks in Asia. DBS's commitment to digital innovation is central to its modern identity. DBS has expanded its footprint across Asia. It's a vital cog in Singapore's economy and contributes to the broader Asian financial landscape. Next up, we have a name that many of you might actually recognize, but perhaps not fully appreciate its deep Asian roots and sheer scale: HSBC. While it's a global banking giant today, its heart and history are firmly anchored in Asia, specifically with its origins as the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. That name itself tells a story, doesn't it? It speaks of a bygone era of global trade, colonial expansion, and the pivotal role this institution played in connecting East and West. This isn't just another bank on the list, it's an entity with a legacy stretching back over a century and a half, deeply interwoven with the economic tapestry of Asia. HSBC was founded way back in March 1865 in Hong Kong, with an office in Shanghai opening just a month later. Think about the world at that time, the height of the British Empire, the aftermath of the Opium Wars, and the increasing trade flows between Europe, India, and China. A Scottish gentleman named Thomas Sutherland, who was then the Hong Kong superintendent of the Peninsular and Oriental Steam Navigation Company, saw the urgent need for a local bank to finance the growing trade. He envisioned an institution that understood the unique needs of the region, and that vision quickly became a reality, shaping financial history in the process. From its very inception, HSBC's primary role was to facilitate international trade. We're talking about financing shipments of tea, silk, cotton, and other commodities that were flowing between China, India, and Europe. It quickly became a dominant force in trade finance and, crucially, it was one of the first banks to issue banknotes in Hong Kong, a role it still performs today, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. It acted as a financial bridge, a trusted intermediary in a complex and rapidly changing global economic landscape. It wasn't just moving money, it was enabling empires and economies to function and expand. The Hong Kong and Shanghai in its name are not just historical footnotes. They signify the twin pillars upon which the bank's early success was built. These two cities were dynamic commercial hubs, and HSBC's destiny was inextricably linked to their fortunes. Through world wars, political upheavals, economic depressions and booms, HSBC demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability. This ability to navigate through tumultuous times for over 150 years speaks volumes about its strategic acumen, its deep understanding of the markets it serves, and its capacity to evolve while staying true to its core purpose of connecting economies. Now let's talk about HSBC today. This isn't just a historically significant bank, it's one of the world's largest banking and financial services organizations, period. Its tentacles stretch across the globe, with operations in something like 60-plus countries and territories across Europe, Asia, North and South America, the Middle East and Africa. That's an immense network, providing a vast range of services from personal banking and wealth management to commercial banking for businesses of all sizes, and global banking and markets for large corporates and institutional clients. Few financial institutions can boast such a truly global footprint. But here's the really interesting part, and something that ties directly back to its origins. Despite its worldwide presence, Asia, and particularly Greater China and Southeast Asia, remains HSBC's strategic heartland. This is where it generates a significant portion of its profits, and it's where the bank is increasingly focusing its investments and growth initiatives. They call it the pivot to Asia, and it makes perfect sense. The economic dynamism of the region, combined with HSBC's deep historical ties and extensive network there, creates a powerful synergy. It's like the bank is doubling down on its roots, recognizing that its future prosperity is intrinsically linked to Asia's continued ascent. When we talk about assets, HSBC is an absolute behemoth. We're looking at total assets in the realm of, wait for it, nearly $3 trillion US. Let that number sink in for a moment, $3 trillion. That puts it in the very top echelon of global banks, not just Asian ones. This massive balance sheet allows it to undertake huge financing deals, support multinational corporations, and play a significant role in global capital markets. It's a universal bank, meaning it does pretty much everything in finance, and it does it on a scale that few can match, leveraging its deep expertise across diverse financial disciplines. Of course, operating at this scale in today's complex world comes with its challenges. HSBC has had to navigate shifting geopolitical landscapes, particularly the tensions between the US and China, and adapt to ever-evolving regulatory environments across its many markets. However, it's also looking to the future with a strong commitment to financing sustainable projects and supporting the transition to a net-zero global economy. It's actively positioning itself to not only weather current storms but to thrive in what many are calling the Asian century, leveraging its unique heritage and global capabilities to remain a dominant force in international finance. Let's explore Mizuho Financial Group, or MHFG, a colossal Japanese banking holding company headquartered in Tokyo's Otemachi district. Mizuho means abundant rice, symbolizing prosperity and national well-being. Mizuho holds over $2 trillion in assets, managed through subsidiaries like Mizuho Bank. With 515 offices worldwide and a workforce of 55,000, Mizuho has a significant global footprint. Listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, it's the third largest financial services company in Japan. Globally, Mizuho ranks as the 14th largest bank by assets and 188th by revenue. A cornerstone of Japan's financial system, Mizuho's stability is crucial for global economic health. Next, we explore Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, or SMFG, a Japanese banking giant. Established by Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, SMFG ranks as the 13th largest bank globally by assets. SMFG boasts assets of $2.11 trillion, managed by approximately 79,000 employees. Listed on both the Tokyo and New York stock exchanges, SMFG's dual listing enhances its global visibility and access to capital. With roots tracing back to the Sumitomo and Mitsui Zaibatsu, SMFG underpins significant economic activity. Its global impact is profoundly significant. Let's focus on China, a country with explosive economic growth and colossal financial institutions. Our fifth entry is the Postal Savings Bank of China, or PSBC. Founded in 2007, it's a commercial retail bank headquartered in Beijing. PSBC focuses on underserved demographics like SMEs and rural customers. With nearly 40,000 branches, PSBC has a vast network, leveraging China Post's infrastructure. It serves approximately 600 million customers, highlighting its deep integration into daily life. PSBC ranks as the seventh largest bank globally by assets. It holds assets totaling approximately $2.12 trillion. PSBC listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange in 2016 and the Shanghai Stock Exchange in 2019. PSBC is a fascinating example of a bank with a social mandate achieving incredible financial scale. Smashing that like button if you're ready for number 6, because this one is an absolute giant, Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, or MUFG. Japan's largest bank, a financial services company with a reach that spans continents. With assets around $3.5 trillion, it rivals the GDP of entire developed nations. MUFG was born from the merger in 2005, creating a leader in the Japanese financial landscape. MUFG operates a vast network spanning over 50 countries. They have a huge presence in the United States and also made a very savvy investment in Morgan Stanley, becoming a major shareholder. Think global financial powerhouse. Alright, moving down our list to number 7, we are heading to the People's Republic of China to talk about the Bank of China, or BOC. It's one of the big 4 state-owned commercial banks in China, and it holds the distinction of being the country's oldest continuously operating bank, founded in 1912. The Bank of China has always had a strong international focus. It is by far the most internationalized of China's commercial banks, with a network of branches and offices that blankets the globe. They are literally the financial bridge connecting China to the rest of the world. When you look at the Bank of China's operations, you see a full-spectrum financial institution. As China continues to expand its economic influence through initiatives like the Belt and Road, the Bank of China plays a crucial role. Understanding the Bank of China is key to understanding China's financial power and its growing footprint in the global economy. One of the biggest opportunities for the Bank of China is the continued internationalization of the renminbi. They are investing heavily in fintech to improve efficiency and enhance customer experience. The Bank of China is undoubtedly one of those powerhouse institutions that you absolutely need to know about. Number 8 on our list is another behemoth from China, the Agricultural Bank of China, or Agbank. Agbank has deep roots in serving China's rural population, and has grown into one of the largest banks in the world, with assets exceeding $4.5 trillion. Agbank boasts the largest network of branches in China, and is a full-service commercial bank. Its growth is a remarkable story of transformation. Agbank balances commercial enterprise with its social mission of supporting rural development. It's a global financial powerhouse with unparalleled reach. China Construction Bank, or CCB, was foundational to building modern China. Instrumental in financing roads, bridges, and infrastructure projects, CCB provided the financial muscle for a rapidly industrializing nation. It transformed into a leading commercial bank with trillions in assets. Now a full-fledged financial services provider, CCB boasts hundreds of millions of customers and a vast network of branches. With global ambitions, CCB expands internationally, investing heavily in fintech. CCB consistently ranks among the top banks globally, a story of growth and technological advancement. Alright everyone, we've reached it. The absolute titan, ICBC. It often holds the title of world's largest bank by total assets. We're talking about trillions upon trillions of US dollars in assets. It's a global financial cornerstone. Its rise has mirrored China's own explosive economic growth. It serves hundreds of millions of retail customers and millions of corporate clients. It has a vast network of branches, both domestically within China and all around the globe. When ICBC moves, the world watches. It's an indispensable cog in the Chinese economic machine. It facilitates international trade and investment. It projects China's economic power far and wide. They are investing mind-boggling sums of money into fintech, digital transformation, and cybersecurity. It's a financial institution of unparalleled scale. So, there you have it, folks. We've just walked through 10 of Asia's banking giants, these absolute powerhouses that, for many in the West, operate somewhat under the radar. But let me tell you, the numbers we've been talking about are anything but quiet. Together, these 10 banks that we've meticulously dived into manage more than, get this, $30 trillion in assets. Let that number just roll around in your mind for a moment, $30 trillion. To put that into perspective, that's significantly more than the entire gross domestic product of the United States, the largest economy in the world. Can you even begin to fathom that kind of consolidated financial power? It's almost beyond comprehension, a true testament to their immense scale. These institutions are the quiet, powerful, and often dramatically overlooked engines driving Asia's explosive economic growth and, increasingly, the global economy. They are not just passive repositories of cash, they are active agents of development, financing the infrastructure, the businesses, and the innovations that are shaping the 21st century. From Singapore to Hong Kong, from Japan to mainland China, these banks are the financial bedrock upon which fortunes are built and nations are transformed. Understanding their influence, their strategies, and their sheer size is absolutely crucial if you want to have a clear picture of where the world is heading financially. They are, without a doubt, the true engines of Asia's economy, and their impact resonates globally. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this deep dive into these financial titans. If you found this information valuable, if it opened your eyes to the sheer scale of these Asian banking giants, then you know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel out more than you know. And of course, be sure to subscribe to Stag Research. This is your go-to channel for exactly this kind of content, in-depth business analyses, explorations of founder legacies, and uncovering the stories behind the companies that shape our world. We're committed to bringing you the insights you won't find anywhere else, so hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out. And hey, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the future of Asian finance? Do you think these banks will continue their dominance, or are there new challengers on the horizon? Got a hot take, a bold prediction, or maybe a question about something we covered today? Drop it all in the comments section below. I read as many comments as I can, and your engagement really fuels the conversation and helps us decide what topics to tackle next. Your perspective is incredibly valuable. This has been an incredible journey through these financial behemoths. Dr. Stag, logging off.